good tasting beer.
It is.
Well, hi, I'm Adam.
I'm Ryan.
And this is Two Neighbors.
Yeah.
Ryan's my neighbor. And yeah, this is episode 2.
Episode 2, yeah. So I think we talked originally, like, we don't want to be like a coronavirus channel, but like our whole channel is like geared towards what do we talk about every day. And I think like everyone else right now, we're talking about coronavirus, right?
Yep.
In Ontario yesterday, we had like a big announcement that we were going to be shutting down. Like it was a complete shutdown and only
a great shutdown of 2020.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Doug Ford.
Yeah, Doug Ford.
For those who don't know, Doug Ford is our premier of Ontario.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a Doug Ford fan, not so much. No. But
anyways,
to each his own. That's besides the point. But one thing I think we can both agree on, we were shocked because they said they're going to come out with a list of essential businesses that can stay open. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, when I hear the word essential, I think of like
hospitals,
yeah,
doctors' offices,
yeah, well, like
grocery
stores, like medical, anything medical related, yeah. Really, and anything you need.
And hardware store, because like everyone's still living in their houses and they need to still manage their properties and everything.
So like before the list came out, I think I was talking to my girlfriend, just saying like, do you think that like, you know, repair places are going to be open? Like, will that be deemed essential? Yep. Anyways, fast forward, then the list comes out of essential things. And it was basically everything is essential. Like
it's basically as if nothing changed from...
That's what everyone's kind of saying.
Even dealerships.
Car dealerships.
Dealerships are still open. If you want a car, you can freely go over there and walk around the showroom, talk to the salesman, shake the hand as you pay for it, and be on your way.
Yeah. All of these services are essential. Talking to a really good friend of mine today, he's in the car business. He was fully expecting to have today off and just, you know, start his home quarantine.
Yep.
Calls me today, he's at work, he's like, this is ridiculous. Not only am I at work at a car dealership.
Not one single person's coming in.
There was still people coming in. That's the thing, there were still people coming in. The phones were ringing all day.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. They're coming in to buy new cars and look around, and you know, people, what it comes down to, they're not ultimately buying cars. They're still going out there shopping. You know, they're not even sure how to do test drives.
What is wrong with our society?
Right?
Seriously though, what is wrong with that picture? Like, I get nervous going to the fucking grocery store. I feel guilty going to the grocery store right now. It's like, I'm so caught, like my hands are fucking, you know, chapped as hell. I've been washing, I've been sanitizing, like constantly. The people out there that are not taking this seriously,
wake the fuck up.
Yeah, wake the fuck up. Like, you're gonna cause this to go, you know, for the next 8 months rather than the next 3 months. Trump
started to listen to medical professionals. Like finally, I was like, wow, he's actually taking
last
the advice.
Week, like 4 days ago.
Yeah, and you know, now he's talking about, okay, well, New York has to be quarantined, and he started talking about if anyone wants to leave New York, you know, they have to be tested just to leave the state. He's talking about like blocking in the state. And now today, he's totally reversed course, and people like inside his office.
It's like he woke up and said, what can I fuck up today?
On everything we're doing.
Who suggested
I just thought it was a beautiful time. To be a beautiful timeline.
So that was
it's a great day.
The data.
It was based on a certain level of weeks from the time we started, and it happened to arrive. Actually, we were thinking in terms of sooner.
Well, he's going back to this, and like every medical professional on earth, including like, you know, his chief medical professional, they're all saying who
stood behind him during the press conference the other day, and was literally like this.
Yeah.
The guy who tells everybody not to touch their face is doing this because he is so ashamed for the guy that he works for. This is also the 6th president he's worked for.
So he knows what he's doing.
I think he helped cure polio.
So he really knows what he's doing.
And he's saying, can't do anything.
Yeah.
Everyone's staying in their houses, like locked down. But no, I'm Donald Trump and I don't believe that, you know, this virus is gonna get anybody. I hope it gets him.
Yes, I agree with this.
The Democrats actually, they look pretty bad the last couple of days because they had a proposal that went through. I guess it got held up in Congress, but it gets held up in Congress by the Democrats because they wanted to push through this like massive 1.2 or 1.5 trillion dollar stimulus package. And the Democrats look really, really bad because they blocked it.
The Democrats are saying that they want to have more transparency as it relates to that $500 billion and the cash and the resources that would go to large businesses. Republicans are saying that they want to be able to negotiate directly with rank and file Democrats. That's a non-starter for people like Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
I saw all kinds of posts, how the Democrats are holding this up. But now in the light of day, it kind of comes out that package was like really, really geared towards large corporate bailouts and stuff. And the Democrats have proposed another package that's geared more towards, the everyday person and not bailing out companies like Boeing or bailing out, massive like casinos in Las Vegas, which to me, I think I've said this before. When it comes to bailing out companies, and I'm pretty passionate about this, when it comes to bailing out companies, like, okay, we did it in 2008, 2009.
Yep.
We took it in the ass to bail out these massive banks that then turned around and cut themselves large fucking bonuses of our taxpayers' dollars. And in Canada, not only did we bail General Motors out in Canada, but then fast forward a few years and they threatened to leave, and go manufacture somewhere else.
Yep.
And there was a huge uproar about it. But the thing to me is if you're gonna bail out one of these companies, if Boeing came, for example, I know Boeing's had some issues obviously after their plane crashes. No one's buying their planes. Well, minor issues, but no one's buying their planes and people are canceling orders. So Boeing comes 5 days into this crisis and says, we need a bailout. We need a bailout. And my thing to that is, okay, you know what? We're talking about, tens of thousands of jobs and a massive corporation that if it goes bankrupt will be very bad for the economy.
Right.
So I'm all for bailouts. But I think that the entire board of directors, if they're going to get a bailout, that means they've run the company in the ground. Right? When it's bailout time, that means I own a small business. If I need a bailout, I'm not getting one. It means bankruptcy for me.
Yeah.
So what it should mean is that all the board of directors, the CEO, the CFO, right down the board of directors should have to surrender 90% of the shares they own.
Yeah.
Give them back to the taxpayers.
Yeah.
Sell your shares.
And not buy back your shares.
No, that's bullshit.
No, that's something that Mark Cuban brought up.
Yeah.
Mark Cuban's very passionate about that. If you're going to get bailed out by the country, there's no way you can buy back your shares.
No.
Whatever it is that a company does for their executives, they should be required to proportionally do the same thing for everyone else that works for the company. Period. End of story. Part one. Part two, no buybacks. Not now. Not a year from now, not 20 years from now, not ever, because effectively you're spending taxpayer money to buy back stock, and to me, that's just the wrong way to do that.
No, I mean, they artificially inflate the value of the company with taxpayer money so they can collect bonuses and stuff, but you know what? I think that's fine. If it comes to the point where your company is going to fail, and it's going to go under and you want to save those jobs, and that's what it's really about, then surrender 90% of your shares. Give 90% of your own shares back to the public, and you pay that in first before you get a penny of that. And you know what? No one will request a bailout. They'll find other ways. They'll find other ways, because there are always other ways. And if there isn't other ways, then you should have run the company better. And I'm sorry for the shareholders, to put their faith in the management, but that's part of the risk of investing in companies. Is if you're going to invest in companies that leverage themselves irresponsibly, and the way the system's set up right now for large companies, you can leverage yourself irresponsibly. Like the cruise lines, for example, they've got billions and billions and billions of dollars of debt, and because they'll finance everything and they leverage themselves so they can make a profit on that money. But the second the economy takes a downturn, it's bailout time. And I don't know, in my opinion personally is fine. If you're deemed essential and you want to bail out, then you bail the company out first with your own personal shares, because that's it. I mean, as a small business owner, if my company is faltering, I have to either A, personally bail my company out, or B, go bankrupt.
Yep.
So, we don't get a lifeline. Why should they?
Yep. Little guy always hurts.
Me help you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, and that's why I kind of brought up, the Democrats looked really bad for a couple of days until we start to see why they rejected that plan. Because all it was 2008, 2009 all over again. Trump looking to bail out his buddies, and friends, and what's that guy, Kudlow, their Secretary of Treasury. He's a big Wall Street guy. He used to be on CNBC. All those guys lining up for bailouts again. Like it's like you didn't learn something from 10 years ago. You know, not one of those guys ever went to jail for all the fraud that ever happened. I don't know. It's mind-boggling to think that they're now lined up again trying to get free money. And a place like Las Vegas, that I love Vegas, don't get me wrong. I go to Vegas a lot. I absolutely love it. But casinos are absolute cash cows. They bring in money hand over fist. And now they shut down for a little while and they're right away. They're asking for a bailout. Like, that's wrong in every sense of the word for casinos to be asking for bailouts.
19.
20.
Oh, he's good.
Yep.
That's my rant over, but...
No, hey. You nailed it all.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's like in school, we do history class so we can learn about history so we cannot repeat the mistakes of history.
Yeah.
But apparently when it comes to the financial bailouts for all these big corporations, we just don't fucking learn our lesson.
And I will make you richer than the most powerful CEO in the United States of fucking America.
Ooh, so did you see that one with Donald Trump where he's calling it the Chinese virus?
Yep.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. China. China.
Wow. So I posted that on Facebook, and like, you know, I can really see how, you know, he was close in the popular vote because a lot of people stood behind that, and people like sent me messages saying, you know, it's not a racist term, you know, but at the end of the day, it's called coronavirus or COVID-19. And someone got a picture from behind his speech where he's actually taken the speech where it actually said coronavirus.
Yeah.
And he crossed it out with a marker and wrote above it Chinese virus.
Yep.
And the only reason he did that was so he could take a shot at China. And he continues to use the term Chinese virus.
Chinese virus.
It's only designed to do one thing: take a shot at China and increase, like, you know,
It's
xenophobia and hatred. And it's just like there's no reason for it. And I know so many people came out and defended it. One guy came out and he actually commented to me, and he's like, well, they called the other virus yellow fever. And you didn't see people getting upset about that. And I said, what do you think yellow fever is referencing? He's like, Chinese. I'm like, no, it's referencing the jaundice that you got. I'm like,
prick.
holy shit. Like, that, again, just like total ignorance. But, you know, and then he said, okay, well, fine. What about the Spanish flu? And I said, it's okay because it was called the Spanish flu. That was its actual name. That's what people referred to it. We don't refer to this. We refer to it as coronavirus, COVID-19.
Yep.
So to call this the Chinese virus does no
just where it
service to
started.
the world. Yeah,
That's where it
exactly.
started.
It's where it started. But I mean,
There is a really cool thing that's happening right now. Apparently, I think it originated in Vancouver, but at like roughly 7 o'clock, people come out with pots and pans and smash them for saying thank you to the healthcare
support,
workers.
yeah.
My buddy sent me a video of it, and I'll play it right now.
You can see some people out on their patios.
Isn't that cool?
yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
It's
so
good,
like.
good just to show support. As long as they stay 6 feet away from each other.
No, but yeah, like I mean, seeing everyone in their apartment building just like banging like things, it almost reminds you of like what they do in jail. You know, everyone's like banging on things. It's like it's the same kind of thing, except on a bigger scale. Nurses and doctors on the front lines of this, fucking A.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We love you for it. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Well, I think that was a good episode too. That's it for our show today. Guys, if you liked what you saw, please like and subscribe to our channel. Be safe and practice safe social distancing. And take care of your neighbor.
Cheers.
Cheers.